Dear Pixie, you asked us, what is a belief defect? Based upon the predominant focused paradigms within your humanity, this would refer to an unclear belief system, or a belief system that is predominantly clear and symmetrical in its patterning, with one or more schisms within, which create distortion, possibly affecting the entire belief system. Usually the result of deliberate mind control, but also part of dissociative thinking after severe trauma. Whilst these defects, as you call them, can affect the rest of the belief system structure, that is usually only in the area where the subject matter is in some way directly connected to the defect. Otherwise, the person can function very well with intelligence, clarity and focus outside of the belief defect and the subject matter connected to it. In some cases, the belief defect runs deep into the subconscious, and from there can affect many underlying belief structures with any perceived connection to the original defect. Over time, this can affect the individual's emotional health, and they can become very depressed, lethargic, and in despair. Because this is a subconscious underlying premise to the belief system, it is very difficult for the individual to detect the reasons for the depression, lethargy, and despair. Within your community structures, you have healers you call counsellors and therapists that involve talking, conversation, and communication. These modalities are most efficient in uncovering these defects, and once the defect has been pinpointed, then the affected subconscious can be cleared. One must work with a therapist that is able to use archetypal symbol and structure in order for full clearing to take place. Work to clear belief defects can come in from the spiritual practice one engages with, and these defects are often uncovered in the work you may know as shadow work. Our teaching template of using the sacred wheel and the directional axis within, that which we may call the white wheel or the starseed template, is a workable model to clear belief defects and subconscious affected belief system premises attached. One would be looking at the direction that is downwards, along the descending vertical axis to the world of the archetypal that we call the dark forest. With intention to uncover the belief defect and all tentacles attached to it, one would discover the archetypal representatives of such defect and tentacles. Loving, nurturing and healing this being is the way forward, and is essential regardless of presentation of form. This shadow work, or working with the descending part of the vertical axis, the dark forest, occurs naturally within all ascending individuals within dream time, and may present as what you know as nightmare. One point to draw your attention to is the fact that although dissociation and thus fragmentation are often triggers into belief defects, the symptoms are not defragmentation, as the untouched belief structure, perceived as unrelated, is not touched by the defect, including along the subconscious line. Hence the individual's ability to remain rational, intelligent, focused, and sane. So whilst the entire belief system can, in cases, be affected, this would only be in relation to perceived connections to the defect itself, or the premise of that belief. This type of belief defect can perhaps be likened to a piano who plays all keys in tune apart from the one defective key. This will affect the entire symphony when listening to the completed composed piece, even though all the keys, when played separately, are completely in tune, other than the one defective key. We might add, as this is of import, that this form of thinking is rare amongst humanity and extremely rare amongst consciously ascending individuals. Ascension itself would not be prevented with a belief defect in place if the premise of that belief defect was of positive polarized intention, even if defective. This ascending individual would be one that piggybacks, if you will, on another ascending individual's frequency. When service to others is in place, this is part of the natural process. Although we would add again, this is extremely rare, as most ascending individuals have done much clearing at deep levels of their psyche. They are well familiar with the dark forest, if you will. You asked us, why are we afraid of the unknown? This is a fear widespread amongst third-dimensional thinking individuals. The third-dimensional brain is an interface for decoding frequency signals. The brain, like a computer, likes sequence and order and that which is familiar. Anything outside of the known is more difficult to process, and the brain has to learn how to do this. Emotional states are reactions to thought processes, and feeling in control brings ease and comfort. Hence the saying that you have upon your planet, pushing oneself out of one's comfort zone. For multidimensional thinkers and starseeds, starting early in childhood, the unknown is not that which causes fear. There may be wariness or trepidation at first, but ultimately the emotional curiosity and the yearning for that which is outside the monotonous and the mundane brings with it a joy and a drive to continue to push those comfort zone boundaries. The unknown is that which becomes the sense of joy to the multidimensional thinker. These are the individuals we may refer to as cosmic explorers. Fear of the unknown may also be reinforced by previous experiences whereby the discovery of the unknown was negative and unwanted. But usually the fear is an emotional signpost to let the individual know that the boundaries of knowledge and awareness are being pushed beyond their current limits. The journey for the ascending one is to make known the unknown, and as they do that, they create new templates of reality. This is usually undertaken individually as a specific spiritual path of enlightenment. But currently upon your planet, you undergo a collective experience, whereby you all make known the unknown together, and create new templates of reality as one. This occurs when a planet nears completion of a cycle, as yours does. When the collective group holds the same intention for that creative template, then the reality match to that is created. In your current ascension cycle, you create the upgraded version of Earth. This is that which you call your fifth dimensional Gaia. And you do this through your emotional visual template, which creates DNA configuration match, and thus galactic and planetary grid structures as Gaia's reality blueprints. Once these blueprinted templates reach critical mass within the hearts and minds of the collective, as is such the case upon your planet currently, then the Gaia template sets, and the Gaia planetary system is constructed within a fifth dimensional reality, which is then matched as form within the material world. You asked us, is the fifth dimension simply a higher version of the third, as in an exact replica but non-physical in structure? Indeed, this is the case, although the fifth dimension is not an echo replica of the geological landscape of planet Earth or the collective emotional consciousness templates of planet Earth. This is a fourth dimensional construct. The fifth dimension is the echo replica of the emotions that encompass the higher heart, broadcast by only those who embody the emerald ray, and this creates the emerald flame. These are memories broadcast from star-seeded ascending individuals who live within integrated and balanced unconditional love, love light, and light love into bliss-charged love. The golden mean, or golden equation, known also to your planetary peoples as the Fibonacci sequence, is the template for the higher heart emotional consciousness, and the fifth dimension is the exact replica echo of that equation. We repeat, the fifth dimension is the exact replica echo of that equation. So not an echo of the planetary system, but of the mind and heart of the ascending individuals upon the planetary system. This causes a split between those in lower emotional states that feed into the pre-matter Earth template, which holds gravity blueprints for the third dimension and the polarity fields of the third dimension, and those in higher emotional states that feed into the pre-matter Gaia template, which holds lighter gravity crystalline blueprints for the fifth dimension and the love-light, light-love polarity fields of the fifth dimension. This split you may know as the two-world split. The next stage of ascension is the integration, and thus the balance of the two, as the ascending individuals begin to integrate lower emotion with higher, or ego self with expanded all-knowing self, and feed into pre-matter templates for both the third dimensional Earth and the fifth dimensional Gaia. When this happens, multiple timelines are created through the memory fields, and ultimate possibility is experienced through free will and choice amongst a continuous destiny blueprint. Hence we say both choice and destiny are that which you call to yourself. In your current now moment, you have those feeding into the third dimensional templates, and those feeding into the fifth dimensional templates, and those who feed into both. We could perhaps call these the unawakened, the awakened, and the integrated. Each reality construct holds more and more mass, or we could say comes closer and closer to your present, depending upon the consciousness held within the particular groups. We refer to these groups as children of Earth, encompassing the lost souls, children of Gaia, also known as Divine Princess Aurora, and the third group, also Princess Aurora, but within this integrated group are the Time Wizards, Master Magicians, and the Dream Weavers, for they weave the dream as they hold the gravity templates for two worlds simultaneously. You will know these individuals as compassionate and loving with firm boundaries in place. They work with the upgraded chakra system, holding the higher energy geometric structures and spin within solar plexus, heart, and third eye especially. These are the balanced starseeds, embracing all aspects of the ascension journey: physical, psychological, emotional, and spiritual. They are grounded, yet simultaneously enlightened and expanded. They walk amongst you as your teachers, yet serve you as your most humble workers. And they listen to your wisdom as they are also your student. Neither one nor t'other, but both, teacher and student. And the most aligned term for these starseeds are the ones who shift form from shadow of night into the light of day with the click of their fingers. We speak here of the true shamans, shapeshifters of reality, known also as bearers of the flame. We call to you now archetypal memory codes within the starseeds on Earth. Shamans, shapeshifters, and bearers of the flame, come forth, for your time is now. We are the white-winged collective consciousness of 9. In this channeled transmission, I enter into an expansive, transformative, and activating exploration of interdimensional dialogue, discussing the mechanics of Stargate Ascension. This cutting-edge information holds key codes, maps, and coordinates for the starseeds on Earth, as they go through this process of DNA reconstruction and regrouping of cosmic memory themselves. The significant codex of information is downloaded to the reader, as they, through this sacred text, are called by the Dragon, Excalibur, Crystalline Light Geometry, Atlantis, and the Emerald Flame. I am so very pleased to present my new book, The Infinite Helix and the Emerald Flame,